Teach us first, Hi. All right. Well, you made it. So did I. Thank goodness for that. This is the Monday Troubadork Show. Yeah, just Monday. It's like it says up there. And I've been messing around more with the baritone uke, and I've discovered that I can tune the book to baritone uke tuning. They may have to fiddle around with the bridge a little bit to get the strings a little bit farther apart. In this case, this one, the outside strings are right near the edge, and that gives me some buzzy stuff sometimes. This is, of course, not the book. This is the pawn shop baritone ukulele. And I picked this one up specifically because the first song I'm going to do is the one that comes off that. Hey, Chris and Greg and Bill and Amy and Paul, you're here. Fantastic. That makes me really happy to see that there are people hanging out with me. I have a window open over here on this screen that tells me who's coming into the Facebook stuff. And because I don't really trust the thing that tells me how many people are actually watching. Hey, Teppo! Greetings, Teppo. Yes, I'm actually going to be doing Helsinki in the show today, too. It was actually very hot in Helsinki, It was hotter in Helsinki, yes. I'm kind of ashamed that I said that myself. But we'll get back to that in a moment. We'll move forward with some other stuff first. And yes, I have my hair pulled back. It was under a ball cap for a part of the day because I was at work, and I don't trust the numbers enough to go get my hair cut. So right now, I have an awful lot of hair. And this amount of hair is more than I'm used to. So I've been putting it back mostly through the use of hats. I have no hat today. I thought I had a hat. I don't have a hat. Oh yeah, Teppo, I did see the video. And yeah, the video is working, and I'll talk about the, it's up? Oh, where up? I don't know. Oh, there it is. I do have a hat. The hat is simply not where I left it.
Because you left it where the cat could get to it.
Because I left it where the cat could get to it. Bear with me in a moment. I'm wearing pants. They're just shorts. Okay. I went to the day job, and when I got back from the day job, the first thing I did after having lunch was... Ah, there we go. Hat. See? I have a hat. Ah. Yes, hat. See? It's important to wear hats. My entire career can be defined as a series of increasingly ridiculous hats. Oh, I did actually watch the Snowing in Helsinki video. I have. In fact, we'll talk about that when we get to Helsinki. Helsinki is the third song on the list. I have a list. I have a list right here. This is, in fact, the log of in which I write down all the songs that I do during the course of the show to give myself some sense of continuity and give me a chance of not playing the same 4 songs over and over and over and over and over again. But let's get to the first song. Why don't we? Yes, because the Ballad of Captain Peaches really works well on the baritone ukulele. And there will be more baritone ukulele-ness occurring in upcoming months because I have one that's on order. Also because the E chord is real easy on a baritone ukulele instead of going... Way the heck up here. We sing of thieves and no. Yeah, let me try that again. Wow, words are hard this morning. It's this afternoon. That shows you how well I'm doing. We sing of thieves and noblemen who sail the bounding seas, but this here ditty ain't about a single one of these. There we go! I sing of a daring swashbuckler who spans the boundless reaches, mighty, mighty corsair who is known as Captain Peaches. The chorus, so batten down the hatches, boys, and dust the chandelier, for piracy is stylish whene'er that pirate's near. He'll smite down any scalawag and leave the ladies speechless. There's no pirate as daring as the mighty Captain Peaches. He sails the endless bounty on the mighty raging queen, a ship the likes of which Portland lovers never seen. She's got 16 gilded cannon and the decks are always clean, and tea is served quite promptly every day at 4:19. So batten down the hatches, boys, and dust the chandelier, for piracy is stylish whene'er that pirate's near. He'll smite down any scalawag and leave the ladies speechless. There's no pirate as daring as the mighty Captain Peaches. Queen Margaret's royal hairdresser, his bravery knows no bounds. His foes quake when his cry of "to the pits with them" resounds. Beach pits, it's an aesthetic the fears his foemen have when at his mercy quiet compound, for he leaves his captured foeman better groomed than when he found. It's an aesthetic. So batten down the hatches, boys, and dust the chandelier, for piracy is stylish whene'er that pirate's near. He'll smite down any scalawag and leave the lady speechless. There's no pirate as daring as the mighty Captain Peaches. His ship at Scarborough Harbor has a special pride of place, as it can't sail very far with pastel sails all made of lace. It's an aesthetic. But the captain and his ship are art we never would debase, and once he pays his dock fees, then he's free to leave this place. So batten down the hatches, boys, and dust the chandelier. Bam, bam, for piracy is stylish whene'er that pirate's near. He'll smite down any scalawag and leave the lady speechless. There's no pirate as daring as the mighty Captain Peaches. One more time. Just once, so batten down the hatches, boys, and dust the chandelier. Bam, bam, for piracy is stylish whene'er that pirate's near. He'll smite down any scalawag and leave the lady speechless. There's no pirate as daring as the mighty Captain Peaches. Whew. Not bad. Like I said, I'm messing around with a lot more of these things here. The thing I have to remember about the baritone ukulele is it's basically an average tenor ukulele, but 2 steps lower. It's true. So if I was able to sing all these songs 2 steps down, I'd play them all exactly the same way on this thing. But I have noticed there are some differences. Some songs just don't work the same way. An E7 chord on this thing does not sound like an E7 chord on the ukulele over there. I should get to the ukulele over there. Slide out of camera range. My beloved we have been rearranging things. I'm hiding behind the word balloons because I'm reaching for an instrument which is now over on this side instead of over on that side. We've been rearranging things in this room as we work our way towards turning this room into what it's actually supposed to be, which is an actual studio for making crafting and stuff. And the room that will become And the room that will become the room in which I perform is way over that way. Way down yonder. The other end of the house. Yeah, it's the other side of the house. Behind me, actually, several walls and a hallway. And that's the room known as Away, which is going to serve double duty as where I have my performing stuff and my broadcasting and streaming stuff, because that way we can close the door on it, and hopefully I will not irritate people too badly. There will probably be some like felt and padding and stuff in there as well. There we go. I do love this hat, and it does keep the hair out of my face. As we've all determined, my hair is a bit, well, it's long. This is not as long as it has been. My hair has actually been much longer. I have a photograph of myself from someone's wedding that Amy and I attended, wherein my hair is way past my shoulders, and it's actually falling nicely on either side of my face because it's just that bloody long. And blonde. I was blonde once. True story. I have witnesses. Let's do some Buffett. Shall we do some Buffett? I want to do some Buffett. Since it's my show, I can do Buffett. I am, however, going to bring up the notes for this because I don't know it perfectly yet. Because, well, as it says on the disclaimer, I am not very good at this. This hotel room's got a lot of stuff. A laundry bag and a shoe shine cloth. 32 hangers and a touch-tone phone with a light that comes on when I ain't home. I ain't home, I ain't home. Better leave a message 'cause I ain't home. They got an air conditioner for when I'm hot. Radiator for when I'm not. Two big chairs sitting side by side with a Holy Bible and a TV guide. TV guide, a TV guide. Great God Almighty, it's a TV guide. I got a second story view from curb to curb. I got a sign that reads, "Do not disturb." A monogram towel and a bucket of ice, a chest of drawers and a mirror that lies. Mirror that lies, a mirror that lies. That couldn't be me in a gorilla disguise. They got a room service menu for food and drink, a porcelain throne and an aluminum sink. Two big pillows to rest my head, a magic fingers and a king-size bed. Put in a quarter, turn out the lights. Magic fingers make you feel alright. Feel alright, feel alright. Magic fingers make you feel alright. Long part's coming up. Well, this old hotel's alright with me. They pay the postage if you lose the key. This hotel room's got a lot of stuff, but I do believe I've had enough. I called my baby, said, "Now don't you pout. I'm packing my bags and I'm checking out." Just as soon as you hang up the telephone, stick a candle in the window. I'm a-coming home. Coming home, coming home. Stick a candle in the window. I'm a-coming home. Whoa, coming home, coming home. Stick a candle in the window. I'm a-coming home. You gotta breathe in weird places on that song if you're doing it at that tempo. I'm probably doing it faster. Yeah. Yes, my Tom Petty hair, exactly. By all means, tell Kay about having long hair. The true story about the hair is actually fairly simplistic. You see, there was a point where I just didn't get my hair cut. And I didn't get my hair cut for quite some time. And this was during the .com era where, you know, people were wandering around these .com offices with, no shoes on and in pajamas and everything else because we were all being brilliant and smart and creative and clever and what have you. And I just didn't get my hair cut. And I was working in the Renaissance Festival, so long hair was kind of the thing. My goal, which I never achieved, was to get my hair long enough that I could just pull it all back in the back. But I do have a problem with that, you see. It's another use for the ukulele. In that my hair in the front gets to about here, and then it just stops dead. Can't pull it back. Cannot pull it back. The closest I can come is to get a headband, over the top. But since I now have an asymmetrical hairline, on account of me being older and having both my dad's genes, which is the hair never goes away, and my mom's side of the family genes, which means that this should actually have retreated all the way back to here by now, I have an asymmetrical hairline, and the best we can do is just either use far too much product or a series of amusing hats. This plume is just kind of tacked on here, so kind of it just we have to fit. It's not a finished hat. It's because we didn't want to it's things are going on with it. Amy's in charge of decorating all the hats, you see. I'm just in charge of wearing them and distracting attention from her while she goes off and gets stuff done. Yeah, and Amy's hair was in fact 4 inches shorter than she was, and we kept it in a great big braid. And it was it became a problem because when she was sitting in an office chair, it could actually get under get tangled in the wheels of the office chair. That's exactly. There you go. And then for the longest time, I had it kind of high and tight, what I called the Gibbs cut, and we've let it get long, partially because some of us don't. Dare you to learn, Captain America. It has kazoos in it. Oh. Don't challenge me, Kay, because I'll do it. I have little to no shame in that capacity to begin with. I do have two other songs on deck from Kay. So, it's in there, along with a few other songs I'm working on, including Thank You for Coming to My TED Talk, which I was just playing with earlier in the day. There's another entirely other project that I'm working on, that I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. Around November, you'll find out, maybe. I was about to start riffing on Thank You for Coming to My TED Talk, which finally actually got a little traction. I'm very happy about that. With everything else that was going on, last week was the week of the fridge dying, and all the things that are required for getting the fridge to a working fridge. We don't even have our original fridge working yet. We have a rental fridge. Yes, you can rent a fridge in America. What a country. But anyway, we have many kazoos. We in fact have a siege engine kazoo. It's large and green. It's about that long. And it's arguably one of the most loud and obnoxious noisemakers I own. And that's saying something because I own a number of loud and obnoxious noisemakers. Moving on to a non-obnoxious and non-loud song. Teppo sent a post out to the universe through social media where he was showing off his pith helmet. And Teppo, by the way, I commend you on your pith helmet. Pith helmets are good. Pith helmets are important. Pith helmets are a vital part of what makes this world just so darn nifty. Also, the fact that you can say pith a whole lot and get away with it is also kind of fun. He said he was wearing the pith helmet because it was sunny in Helsinki. And I thought, sunny in Helsinki. And I've already written the song. Because a while back, he had taken pictures of snow falling on a train station. And it was actually a video, which I learned a few weeks back because I don't pay attention to things sometimes. Called It Snowing, and he captioned it, It's Snowing in Helsinki. And that prompted me to write a song because I thought Snowing in Helsinki is about the most Warren Zevon lyric I have ever heard of. Kevin, who is apparently falling victim to the we're not going to put your comment on the feed here, informs me that his kazoo is 4 inches shorter. Well, it just happens. Some guys got big kazoos, some guys have small kazoos. This is the thing. It just happens. It's genetics. I have actually made a kazoo joke that could be seen as off-color now, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. Let's get back to the song, shall we? So when I was writing, I was writing this, or I started to write Snowing in Helsinki, and it was like, this is definitely a Warren Zevon song. So I tried to write it with the idea of trying to replicate that relentless intellect that you find in all of Warren Zevon's songs. Even the most silly Werewolves of London, which she legitimately said was him and another guy riffing in a dressing room after a show, and they just were free associating, and it came out to that. There's still something driving that, and there's this relentless intellect that drives most of his songs. I mean, it really is kind of amazing. So, this song is... I want you to just imagine it's a bar somewhere. Back when we were allowed to be in bars. Or later when we're allowed to be in bars again. And it's late. It's like maybe right near closing time. And there's a guy having a conversation with his beverage of choice. And he's not angry. And he's not sad. He's just tired. Snowing in Helsinki and raining hard on the Zeta Z. All the socialists are drinking, moaning what's become of me. The trains are running slow in Cairo. Taxi stalled in Trafalgar Square. They're all seeking my revival. Sad to say they won't find it there. It's impossible to fathom the depths of where I've sunken in. So I'll just fight on like my father. I'll just take it on the chin. This part's all instrumental, no lyrics. Snowing in Helsinki, raining hard on the Zeta Z. And all the socialists are drinking, bemoaning what's become of me. One of the things about that song that I love is that it's got that really happily beautiful little B minor chord. One of the things I hate about this song is that it has this bloody B minor chord. I know you can play a bard like that, but I still don't get... It's basically, if you play a guitar, it's the F chord. And I don't like the F chord. It's obnoxious. That's mostly because my technique stinks. I mean, you know, my enthusiasm and my plagiarism cover my faulty technique. So that's the way that goes. Oh my goodness me! Yes, bars are open in Helsinki. Yeah, well, yeah, bars are open in Helsinki now because y'all know how to operate a pandemic. Listen to scientists and pay attention and do things like care about how it affects other people and stuff like that. And America is having some issues there. Hey, Amanda. You're just in time for my slightly cranky rant about this. Well, the reason I'm doing these shows is because I'm mostly working from home. I do go into the office about once a week now to do the things you have to physically be present in the office to do. And if I could figure out a way to do them here too, I would do them here too. But you know, sometimes you gotta have feet on the ground out there. And we will continue in this vein until such time as they say, all right, we're good, we're safe, we're clear, you come back to work now, and then we will do this thing like once a week or something like that. That's the general plan. But, and it is a big but, on the other hand, I am losing weight, so it's a slightly smaller but than it used to be. This does continue to be my quest for the most fleeting honor that I could possibly be chasing in all these years. That's right. To be famous on the internet. I wanna be internet famous. I wanna make big internet bucks. I wanna get buckets of exposure, 'cause not being internet famous sucks. I wanna be internet famous, 'cause YouTube is just like being on TV. I wanna be internet famous. If those guys can do it, hey, why not me? How do you get famous on the internet? I mean, aside from porn. Play a game. Wear a hat. Put on some makeup. Show us your cat. It's all so easy. Who could blame us? 'Cause everybody wants to be internet famous. I wanna be internet famous. I wanna make big internet bucks. I wanna get buckets of exposure, 'cause not being internet famous sucks. I wanna be internet famous, 'cause YouTube is just like being on TV. I wanna be internet famous. If those guys can do it, hey, why not me? I'm gonna try the solo. Don't know if it'll work. So easy, don't take no skills. Somehow the app used, pay all your bills. Remember Andy Warhol? What he did proclaim was, in 15 minutes we'll all be internet famous. I wanna be internet famous. I wanna make big internet bucks. I wanna get buckets of exposure, 'cause not being internet famous sucks. I wanna be internet famous, 'cause YouTube is just like being on TV. I wanna be internet famous. If those guys can do it, hey, why not me? Keychain. We all wanna be internet famous. We wanna make them internet bucks. We wanna drown in all that exposure, 'cause not being internet famous sucks. We all wanna be internet famous. That's why we rent and rail and we make such a fuss. We all wanna be internet famous. If those guys can do it, hey, why not us? So we come sliding in sideways on yet another Troubadork Non-Commute Show. I want to talk to you about the internet famous song, okay? If you have ever wanted to be in an internet music video, this is your opportunity. Yours. Right there. Because I am making a music video for Internet Famous. And I have a Facebook group put together specifically for the purpose of making an internet video for Internet Famous. And the way it works is I've laid out the song in a spreadsheet, and people can claim bits of the song, and they do a little video of themselves doing that bit of the song, and then we put them all together and we make a video. And we don't have to coordinate everybody getting together. We don't have to try and do site fees or filming licenses or any of that crap, because this is the future. A bizarre dystopian future, but the future nonetheless, where many of us are sitting around without wearing any pants. So, Teppo is in fact part of that video. Teppo has claimed wear a hat, and he has sent me in wear a hat, and I have wear a hat, and that actually makes one video clip since I started this project approximately at the beginning of this year. No, it's the beginning of this month. Maybe beginning of last month. The days all blend together. But if you are interested, yes, that's right, and we'll all be internet famous. If you are interested in participating in this, and you have a book face on the Facebook, hit me up at the Facebook look at that, it's right there, The Adequate right there, facebook.com/The Adequate, and ignore the footnote, and I will add you to the group, and then we can try and get this stuff together. And if you're not on the Facebook, hit me up at any of the other places I am. I am at The Adequate on Twitter, at The Adequate on Instagram. I'm, all the things I talk about, they're all here. They're all there. Go to theadequate.com and send me a message that way, and I'll put you into the group, and we will do the thing. Because I would love to be able to put this together and do the thing. And I think it's a chance for all of us to become kind of internet famous. And, hey, there are worse things. And at least have a good time. And that there are worse things out there, aren't there? I'd like to think so. All right, that's the plug for that. Let's talk about the other plugs. Let me move over a little bit here. Yeah. Ding. Hey, I dodged it. The tip jar, paypal.com/theadequate. Robert and Rick and Emily and Miranda all dropped a couple of bucks in there. And it's just like that Brandy snifter with like 3 crumpled dollar bills on the piano at the bar. It's here mostly in case you feel like you want to throw something at it. If you have disposable income or know someone who does, and low standards, those two are very important. You can, of course, join my Patreon, patron posse at patreon.com/theadequate. Stephen and Robin and Alicia and Relly and BK and Kaylee and Richard and John and Brian and Lorene have all committed, and that's the word for it, they ought to be, to dropping a couple of bucks in the bucket on a monthly basis. And basically, there's like $1, $2, $5, $10 in ZOMG. And if you have any of the, if you are at $1, any of them, you get previews. You get previews of songs. You get me posting cool things that I think I'm doing. You can see what it looks like from this side when I do this show, which is very boxed in right now because I've got the word balloons on this side and I've got the box on this side. But it's all very technological, and you'll be able to see what it looks like when I'm actually doing this when we do the away room and get that kitted out. Any money that goes into the Patreon or the PayPal goes back into the show, unless it goes to tacos. But just tacos. Let's be honest. So patreon.com/theadequate. Also at the $5 level, you get buttons. At the $10 level, you get books. At anything $10 and higher, you get to tell me to write a song, and then I write it, and then I perform it, and then I blame you. So, there you go. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your enemies, it will confuse them. You can find archives of the shows over here at facebook.com and twitch.tv/TobiasTheAdequate. That's the Tobias the Adequate fan page on Facebook and Twitch TV. That's where I broadcast out of. They keep about 2 weeks of shows on Twitch. All the shows wind up on Tobias the Adequate, and also on youtube.com/MPLEGARE. I update that list about once a week, but the videos are all there now that I've learned that YouTube actually hangs on to these things and I don't have to re-upload them. I are smart and I learn eventually. Let me tell you about Carpe Diem Comics, which is, of course, the official emotional support comic shop for Tobias the Adequate, the Troubadork Show, Artisanal Gibberish. It was the comic shop for the podcast when I did the podcast. Anything else that seems like a good idea. There's a whole lot of really poorly advised projects going on. But you can physically find them in McKinney, Texas, as it says up there. We're here. And you can find them on the interwebs at carpediemcomicsonline.square.site. And this is me once again reminding you to support your local comic shops, your local craft stores, your local gaming hangouts, all the places you want to hang out, but you can't right now because the numbers suck. Drop them something. If you can buy a gift card for yourself, that's actually a really good way to kind of build up I'm going to buy this big thing without dropping all the money in at once. So, hey, why not? It is a gift to your future self. That's about everything. Yeah, hit me up for the internet famous stuff. I will put you on the Facebook group, and you can look through it, and I will try and update the spreadsheet to show you where we are at right now. This is all this big, weird, goofy project idea thing, and we're going to have some fun with it, like we're doing here. We're having fun with this because the alternative is to scream into the great gaping void of meaninglessness, and I may be an absurdist, but I will continue to look for meaning, because that's how we do it, because that's what we do here. All right, that's it. That's Monday. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Without y'all here, what I do makes even less sense. So if you came in late, don't worry. The replays will be up on all the places, definitely the Facebook page, shortly. And for those of you coming in later on, I've noticed that my views get much bigger as we get closer to the afternoon and evening time. So I hope I've been able to occupy a little bit of your time and make that time more entertaining, more enjoyable. Y'all have once again been fantastic. Thank you. You're adding years to my life, right in the middle of the good bits. And I will fix the Google spreadsheet for this once I figure out how to do that. Y'all have been spectacular. I have been Tobias the Adequate, and I thank you for encouraging my behavior